Hello, welcome to another session here with your favorite professor, Deasia. And today is Monday, and I want to do a Mindset Matters. Just talk to all the entrepreneurs out there who are working on your mindset. You are struggling with certain things, and I have 3 tips to help you today with your mindset to help you grow, and that way you can stay into the long game. Listen, entrepreneurship is not something that we're just doing just to pay the light bill. This is the long game. And your mindset is so important when it comes to entrepreneurship, because if your mindset is all over the place, if you are cracking, if you are not showing up, if you're not being consistent, it does not matter how much money you have if your mindset is not intact. So, we're going to talk about that today. People always want to skip over the mindset stuff. They want to get into the actionable steps. They want to talk about sales. They want to talk about marketing. They want to talk about how you can grow your social media. But if you don't believe that you can grow your social media, if you don't believe that this is for you, that if you don't believe that this thing can happen for you, that your business can grow, that you can live a life of ease, you can have a life of abundance, you can build a business around your ideal lifestyle that you want to have, then that stuff, none of it matters if you don't believe in yourself, and if your mindset is all over the place, or if your nervous system is always in fight or flight mode. That it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So today we're going to discuss the things that you can do to help with your mindset. Businesses don't usually fail because of bad ideas. It usually fails because entrepreneurs give up too soon. So if you've been thinking about giving up, if you've been thinking about throwing in the towel instead of just having some prayer and some pivoting and then some strategy, well, then this video is for you. Because guess what? You're not giving up. You're not giving up. We're not giving up on this thing. You're not getting ready to give up on your business, give up on this idea. Entrepreneurship is for those who are spiritual and spiritually inclined. It's not for everyone. So for those of you who are called, don't give up. This is the long game. So in this video, we're going to be talking about 3 powerful practices that you can use to help you with staying motivated, staying focused, even when it gets tough. And so that way that you can remain resilient during this entrepreneurship journey. Because I don't know if you knew this or not, but entrepreneurship is a journey. It's not a destination. It's something that you're going to continue to do over time. So let's get started. And then I do have my notes. You guys know, as I'm a professor, it does not matter. I'm always going to keep my notes. I'm always going to have my stuff for your lectures and to be able to talk to you all, because I want to give you good quality content, stuff that I taught in the classroom, as well as things that I've learned in my entrepreneurship journey, which I have been on since 2017. So I'm getting ready to come up on 10 years in this game. And when I tell you, it's been so many times that I have wanted to quit, that I have fired myself. I have fired myself so many times, but it's important to stay into the long game. So let's get into it. All right, the first thing is that when you are going into this game, if you feel like you have been in a rut and you have lost some of the, one of the things that has helped me and the things that I tell my clients to do is to set small micro goals. Focus on those small wins. So instead of saying, oh, I want to make $10,000 by the end of this month, that is a great goal. However, if you have not made 5,000 consistently, saying that I want to make $10,000 this month, it will be kind of daunting. And then you can find yourself getting stuck into this thing because, one, you don't have any evidence of this. If you have not made $10,000 enough, and then if you don't have a plan for it. So instead of setting those huge goals like that, how about setting goals of, oh, I'm going to finish working on my website this week, or I'm going to focus on posting 3 times this week. Start on those small things and write them down. I literally have 2 planners, okay? I tell my students this all the time. I have 2 planners that I use. I have one for my content, and then I have one for my work. So I keep those planners and I write them down. Just like today, recording this YouTube video, this training, boom, that is a micro goal. Sending an email to my email list, boom, that is a micro goal. Instead of saying, oh, I want to make $500,000 by the end of this week. Can it happen? Absolutely, because one video can go viral and it can change the whole trajectory of my life. However, I want to remain consistent in doing the small things. So for you, If you are getting back into the moment, if you are getting back into showing up for your business, I want you to focus on these small wins. Focus on the little things. Get the one thing done. Send that email, return that phone call, follow up with that lead, post on social media today, do something for your mindset, go for a walk, set those small goals that can assist you with that. And then also, this wasn't even in my notes. I want you to start tapping into your creativity more. Start focusing on the creativity. You don't have to focus on the analytics all the time. Be consistent in being creative. Stay in your art. What are the things that light you up about your business? Do more of the things that make you happy in your business. And then if you are at a place that you can, start paying other people to do the things that you don't like to do, delegating those tasks, will then go ahead and start doing that. But stay into your creative flow. Do your personal development. What is the personal development? That is listening to your podcast, that is going for a walk. The weather right now in Indiana is beautiful. So as soon as I am done with this, I am taking my doggy, my little mini golden doodle. We're going on a nature walk, and I do these things called my gratitude walk. So this is something I wasn't even going to go here, but here we go. I love going on these gratitude walks, and I walk as if I am the person who I want to be. So on these gratitude walks, I am going through and I am shifting timelines essentially of doing the type of walks that the ideal version of myself will be doing. I walk into the neighborhood that my ideal version of myself would do, and then I be thankful for these things that I am doing. I'm thankful for my business. I'm thankful for my growing community. I'm thankful for connecting with people. I'm thankful for connecting with like-minded people. I'm thankful that I am able to have a business that is built around my lifestyle. I'm thankful that I'm able to make income consistently without having to overwork and burn myself out. I'm so thankful that I have a business that I love and that I show up with powerfully and it feels good to me, right? When I'm going on these walks, not only is it helping with my physical form, it's also helping with my mental clarity. Studies have shown that if people who walk consistently, who spend time in nature, they are better and they make more money and they feel better about themselves. So I do that for that reason. And then I'm also going on these walks because it helps boost my creativity. Some of my best work, some of my best classes, courses, like my idea to income course. And if you haven't gotten it, you really should be getting it right now. Some of my best work has come from me going on walks. Some of my best ideas come from me going on walks. And then after I have those walks, sometimes I will make a mental note or do a recording or voice note on my phone while I'm out there so that way I can remember the downloads that I have gotten from being out in nature. So get outside and then start going out there and being grateful for being able to do these things and grateful for the things that you haven't even seen yet. Another thing that I do while I'm out here on my walks is, especially when I need to really clear my mindset and shift from scarcity to abundance thinking and having an abundance mindset, is I will go on a thing called a color walk. So when I say I'm going on a color walk, I am going and I am pointing out specific things that are that color. So for instance, I'll go and then the color be yellow. So while I'm going on there, I am focusing on finding all things the color yellow. So I will find one of those things where when you water, people be putting the little flags in the ground. That right there, that would be me. I would see those, or I would see yellow flowers, or I would see a yellow car, or I would see a yellow bird. I would see different things, yellow leaves, yellow butter. People have things in their yard. So I would see things for the color of yellow if I'm going out there and I'm focusing on those things. So if you can go, I'm saying all that to say, if you can go and you can focus on those things and those positive things, do that same thing for yourself in your entrepreneurship journey. Focus on the good things. If somebody left you a positive review, someone said that you did a great job, or you posted a video and those people said that they got something, don't focus so much on the numbers, because even if 20 people viewed your video, think about having 20 people in your room, right? Or in front of you right now. Always shift to going into that only 20 people have viewed my video, but it only takes that one person to click the link in my bio, or book a session with me, or refer someone to me, or put my name into rooms that I'm not even stepping into, right? That's all it takes. So don't look at it like, oh, my views are so low. No, you have good quality views. And then again, when was the last time you spoke in front of 20 people about your thing and they all are engaging with your content, right? You got to shift your perspective when it comes to that. So, all of that was number one. I didn't even mean to go there, but I'm so thankful. Thank you, God. Thank you, Divine, that I was led to say that because the right person will hear it at the right place at the right time in their entrepreneurship journey. The next thing is that you want to do when it comes to your mindset and then you are growing your mindset, you have to build a resilient circle. You need to start being around like minded people. You heard that phrase of if you hang around four broke people, you will be the fifth one. Well, same when it comes to entrepreneurship. If you hang around five powerful entrepreneurs who are out here doing the thing, who are out here showing them, well, you're going to be the next one. If you hang out with millionaires, you got people calling you and they're reaching out to you in regards to businesses and whatnot, then you'll be next. So go and start focusing and hanging out with those people who are aligned. Spend more time with people who pour into you and not the people who drain you. When you are having your work hours, and these are the things that I tell what I was telling my students in next level entrepreneurship, which I'm opening back up my learning community. We start on May. What day is that? Let me go ahead and tell y'all because we're starting it back. It's coming back. And if you weren't in the first round, you definitely want to get into this one. So May 14th, that's a Wednesday, is when we're going to have our first live lecture. So make sure that you are there. Okay. We are starting out. I already have plenty of for you to listen to right now and things that you can do to get caught up because we're hitting the ground running on May 14th. You need to start surrounding yourself with a circle of winners. You need to start surrounding yourself with people who mean good to you, okay? And stop hanging around with people who drain you, okay? You need to be around other entrepreneurs, other mentors, other supportive you need to be in a supportive community of people who will see your art, see your creativity and support you, okay? And people who understand the ups and downs of entrepreneurship and they understand the journey. If those are there, and then if you hang around a lot of people who are just so focused on their 9 to 5, which there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Get in my comments trying to be, well, ain't nothing wrong with nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. But for those of you who are entrepreneurs and who value your time, and those of you who want time freedom and being able to travel whenever and not have to ask someone when I can go to my family reunion, for those people who are like that, you need to be around other entrepreneurs who understand that. You need to be around other people who would see like, hey, I had a bad month, or it hasn't just been going how I want it to be, and where you can be able to talk with other people and they be able to pour into you and refuel you. If you're always talking into people who are always gossiping and they are talking about people and they're going to drain you, it's going to make you not even want to do this, okay? My learning community NLE, okay, start again on May 14th. It is only $57 right now to enroll. After that, if you don't get in there, it is going to go up to $97. So I would suggest that you take advantage of that now. If you're ready to start getting consistent in your business, if you want to meet with me and other like-minded women, I have live lectures every Wednesday. And then on Sundays, we have what's called a Sunday power prep session where we go over your goals. We talk about how you can set yourself up for success for the week, meal prep ideas, setting your goals, and then you have that accountability for someone to see, okay, well, what's going on? What have you been doing? And then we have our live lectures on Wednesdays. So if that's something that you want to do, I highly suggest that you go ahead and lock your seat in right now so that way that you can make the rest of this year the best when you are surrounded by winners and people who are ready to take their entrepreneurship to the next level, just like in it. Okay, shameless to y'all there. All right, the third thing that if you want to really build your mindset up and then build that mental fortitude and get going when it comes to your business is that you want to reconnect with your why and do it more often. So when I am working with my students in my one of the first things that we talk about is your why is it that you're doing, what is your mission, what is your vision, what are your values, what are the things that you want to do, why is it that you started this business, what was the reason that you got into this game, and what is the thing that's going to keep you going on those days where you really don't feel like it, okay, when you really don't want to do this. So what is going to do that? Because external motivation fades, all right, but internal motivation lasts. You got to know what fires you up. You have to really reconnect with those things that get you going. You have to know, like, hey, I'm showing up for this business come hell or high water, and I am going to focus on my doing the things that I need to do in my discipline versus being in my feelings. Because no, we're not always going to have those feelings of wanting to do that. But what can you do to get yourself going and to keep yourself in the doing stage and in that momentum state, in that creative flow state? What music do I need to listen to? Have I been watching a lot of depressive stuff? Is my and you know what a good indicator is? If you're looking on TikTok and seeing that you have a whole bunch of negative doom and gloom stuff keep coming up on your timeline, well, guess what? That is a reflection of the things that you're probably feeling in yourself. That why it keeps coming up on your timeline. Refresh it. Get into the entrepreneurship girl boss part if that's what you want to do, or other women who are doing the things that you want to do. Get into that flow state, stay there, so that way it keeps you going, right? You want to always review your win, do it often, even on tough days. One of the whys that I do what I do, and why I am actively building my online community, and as I'm actively building my online education, is because I value spending time with my child. When I went, so let's go back to 2013 when I had my baby. He was born prematurely, and I had to go back to work the day after Christmas. So I had him in November. I had to go back to work the day after Christmas. And if you know anything about Indiana weather, back it was snowing, the weather wasn't that good, and I had to go back to work with a newborn baby. I had breastfeeding him, so I had to pump enough milk to let him be with my parents. Thank God that he was at. But I remember having to leave my baby and not spend time with him. I missed a lot of milestones because I was at work. I missed his first steps because I was at work. I missed his first words, and for him being able to hold his bottle himself. Why? Because I was at work. So fast forward to when I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So fast forward to when COVID hit. I just quit my job in HR. Something told me on May 31st. I'll never forget it. May 31st. Of 2019, I away from my HR job, and I said that I was going to do this entrepreneurship thing. I was going, and I was just going to do this thing, right? So then I was doing it, making money. I really didn't have a plan. All I knew was that I had to do this thing for my baby. And then in 2020, when and everybody was at home, I had already been working on my business and building my business, and I was able to be at home with him and be there and be him while working on my business just a few hours out of the day. And then we were able to go on walks and then go do things and have meals together. And so even now, that is something that is important to me. It is important for me to be able to go with him to his field trips. It's important for me to be able to, if he missed the bus, I can get up and take him to school. So those things are important for me, that freedom of being able to spend summers with him at home. Yes, I do have to get up and work a couple of hours or work in the night or stuff, because I'm an entrepreneur, but I am not locked into having to go outside of the house, and I'm still able to be present for him. So that is my why. Okay. So for you need to reconnect your why. This is a tip that you can use too, is make you a mood board, a canvas mood board, and put it on your phone. Put it on your computer, print it out. Okay. See, this reason why I want to do this, because I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to take my family out to dinner. I want to be able to donate to causes that I care about. I want to be able to pay off past due meal balances at the school. I want to be able to donate. I want to be able to give out food and turkeys for Christmas or Thanksgiving. Remember why it is that you are doing this and why you're on this. You want to be able to have the freedom to go to the doctors with your family, whatever it is. Okay, make sure that you reconnect with that thing, because it gets hard. It gets tough. every day is not always roses. Every day is not always great. But if you focus and you work on building your mindset, I promise you, your business will often things will start turning around. If you can get it in your mind and you can see this is how I want my life to be, this is how I want my business to do, and you actively work on this every single day, you actively practice feeling good about your business and staying in that momentum state, staying in that flow state, staying in that creativity, things will work out for you. Well, I'm going to leave you guys here with this. I hope that this video helped. Be sure to give me a like and a follow and share this with your business bestie or your friends or and don't forget, I am having a free masterclass talking about consistency, cash flow. That is going to be on May 5th. All right. So that is a free masterclass that I am doing, and it's going to be live and it's going to be so good. So make sure that you register for that on my stand. And then if you want to join the community, again, we start on May 14th. We are restarting this. We are going and we're going to be having a learning community where you can get access. We're going to be on Zoom during classes talking about these about your business, about entrepreneurship, and give you that accountability. So if you are ready for that, make sure that you connect with me. Also, I do have social and content marketing audit sessions available. So if that's something that you want to do, you know where to go. So yeah, that is it for me. Look forward to talking to you guys again really soon. And yeah, get outside, work on your, do not give up on your business. If you were called to this entrepreneurship game, this is your time. This is your give up. I'll see y'all in the next one.